Hey Divas, welcome and welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video, and today we're going to be setting up Paycheck 1 for the month of July. So if you like budgeting, sinking funds, savings, challenges, cash stuffing, every and all things that have to do with your money, I would love for you to subscribe, but more importantly, don't move. All right, girls, so let's get into it. It is the beginning of the month. I'm actually a day or two behind on this. I should have actually done this before my money hit, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens. So if you've seen by now, I set up my 90-day goals, my sinking funds and savings challenge tracker, just showing where I'm starting the month off with. I have my monthly spread, and I said, all right, guys, I'm going to put my bills on my monthly spread here. So that's going to be a good little reference point. And I set up my monthly budget. So now we're going to go ahead and set up Paycheck 1. If you're new here, guys, I get paid once a month. So it's important for me to manage our funds throughout the month. I've kind of set up to have the majority of my bills come out at the beginning of the month because that's when we get paid. But I still have a couple of bills that trickle throughout the month. So let's go ahead and get started. So because I get paid once a month, I still do budget weekly because, like I just mentioned, it's important for me to manage all that money throughout the month. So I like to budget weekly. But if you get paid weekly or bi-weekly, these budget breakdown sheets will be good for you. So the paycheck period I'm going to work on is the 1st through the 5th. Okay, so now I'm just going to come in right here, fill in all the income I expect to get this month, or at least during this period. And as you can see here, I already did the work in my monthly snapshot. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy these numbers over. Okay, so for the first week of July, I anticipate bringing in $13,490. Now, on my monthly snapshot, I said I was going to have $14,790, but some of this income I'm not using in the first week, so I'll pull them in later. Like my back to school, I don't plan on doing any back to school shopping this first week, so I don't need to use that sinking fund. My business income, I don't really need it this particular week, so I'll bring it in a little later. And then $900 is another income I received that comes in. I transfer that into my main account like the second week of the month. So now I'm only going to write my fixed bills. These are the bills that I have to pay from the 1st through the 5th of July. And I've already done the work, right? I've done the work here in my monthly budget, and and I done the work here. I already wrote down what I have coming out the first couple days. I'm just going to go ahead and transfer everything over. So for the first week of July, my bills that are going to be coming out from the 1st through the 5th equals $6,458. When I subtract the bill total from my income, that leaves me with $7,032 there, okay? Next, we're going to move down to our long-term saving, our Roth IRA. Any additional savings. I'm not doing anything this month for any additional savings, so we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to put the contribution as $0 and $7,032 I'm going to bring over. Now we're going to come over to our variable expenses. Now, our variable expenses are the things that we control: groceries, household items, all of the things. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it in, and then I'll walk you through. Okay, so now for our variable expenses, I'll walk you through. Allowance is going to be $200 this week. My husband and I get $30 a week, but for the past few months, I've been giving my husband his entire allowance at once, so I'm not nickel and diming him. But for me, I can just get my $30 a week, and then $50 I'm going to give to our bonus son. We give him $50 for allowance. Then our groceries, $600. This is for the entire month. So I just take out my grocery budget for the entire month. That way, if I see a deal or something, I want to buy something in bulk, I'm just not limited to having $150 per week. So this works out better. I typically always have extra at the end of the month. So, and I always meal plan and all the things. So $600 is a good way for me to budget for my groceries. Household, $400. I'm not really spending that much on household. If you see my monthly budget set up, I said I'm gonna be doing some things around the house. So I budgeted $600. My landscaper's coming to lay some pavers in my backyard. So for me buying the pavers and actually paying him, this is what I should be spending this week on that, okay? Next is gas. That pretty much stays the same unless I plan on doing any kind of long distance driving, and I'm not, so $60. Dining out, we've still been managing to keep it at $40 a week. Beauty, $160. Girl, you see these nails. I've taken on, I was wearing like press-ons from Amazon, which was really good, but I just need to give my nails a break, so I'm gonna go and get them done, and a pedicure. My husband gets a pedicure as well. Miscellaneous, I put $100. That's what I budgeted for the entire month. So almost like the groceries, I'm just gonna put what I budgeted for the month. Instead of me saying $10 a week, I'm just gonna budget the entire thing. Whatever I don't use, I'll just roll over to the following month, okay? Shopping, I always give myself and my husband like $200 for shopping. If we see something on sale, girl, you know I'm a sucker for a sale. I hate to say, oh, I'm doing a no spend or anything like that. I mean, those are good, but they just don't work for me, at least not right now. I don't want to say never is never. So I always like to budget and give myself a window for things if I'm going to spend money. My kids, I budgeted $700 for them this month. That includes back to school, my daughter's soccer uniform, and just a little bit of clothes and stuff if I see any little things here and there for the school year. I don't typically do like a big back to school clothes shopping. I tend to buy things throughout the year, especially when they're on sale. So right now there are a lot of shorts and t-shirts on sale, which I am buying because one, we live in Georgia, so they're gonna be wearing the shorts and t-shirts at least well and through September, even sometimes early October. And two, because it's so hot, I don't go out and buy a bunch of school clothes because they're still not gonna wear it for months on end, so I'm not giving up my coins if I don't need to, right? And then coffee, I just put $15 here. I've been doing my own coffee at home. You can see right here, okay? But if I go outside, I might wanna get a hot ice drink. Oh, and fun. So for fun, I've also budgeted summer as $400 because we're not taking any more trips or anything this summer. I still want my kids to have you know, a good summer and go out here and there. So I'm gonna take $100 out of that fun budget to take them to the movies. So all in all, the first week of July, my budget is $2,375. And again, it's that high because I have like my groceries budget, which is going to be spread across the month. So after I subtract that from my rollover, pretty much my remaining balance, that leaves me $4,657. So now let's bring that down to my sinking funds and savings challenges. Okay, so for this one, I wrote it down. I think I was going to do a little different this time. Let me think about it. Let me see, what did I tell myself? Okay, so my sinking funds, I'm gonna do $276. My holiday, $154. Okay, so my sinking funds and holiday binders are gonna be $430. That leaves me, once I subtract that from my leftover, that leaves me $4,227, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. So I know, so in my monthly budget, I said I was gonna be paying extra money towards my debt, which I am, but I'm not gonna do the first week. I need to make sure nothing pops up at me. And I'm really hoping that I have some savings somewhere else. So we're gonna roll this over, $4,227. So I have a zero-based budget. So what I'm gonna do with that, I'm just gonna, so what I'm actually doing, this is additional debt and savings. So I'm actually gonna be saving this $4,227 and saving it for next week, okay? So that means, what do I have left over? I have $0 left over because even though I'm not spending this, I'm saving it. I've given it an assignment to just stay put, do not move. I will be using you July 6th and moving forward. That is how you do a zero-based budget. You have to just make sure every dollar has a place to go and it's not just milling about. Sashi. All right, so the next step for me is that I am a cash envelope stuffer. I do use cash. So some of these categories I will be pulling cash out for. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling these in, and then I'll explain to you once I'm done. Okay, so I filled everything in, all the denominations I need. So now at the bottom of the page, I'm gonna write down the total, how much I need for each denomination, and we should be just about done. Okay, so we have everything figured out. I made one quick change for my sinking funds. It was $276, but I dropped it down by $50 because let me go back to my monthly. As of right now, I'm only budgeting $840 for my sinking funds and savings challenges, and I have to put more money in some of my savings, my other binders, like my back to school and stuff like that. So once I do my cash stuff, and you see there's some areas that I can just wait a little bit, like my HOA dues is not due till February, so I don't have to go as hard with that as I do some of the other ones. So anyway, I just reduced that by $50, and I changed all the numbers to reflect that as well. So as far as cash goes, I'm going to be taking out $1,635 out of the bank this week, and I have my own little teller slips right here, so we can just go ahead and fill this out. And if you don't have a teller slip, you can write it on a piece of paper, but it's much easier if you can go to the bank knowing the denominations that you want. Okay, so for the ones, so I need 40 ones. That's $40. I need 17 fives. That's $85. I need 10 tens, that's $100. I need 48 20s, that's $960. I need 150, that's $50. I need 4 100s, that's $400. And that means that leaves me with that means I need to get 1635. Okay? So I'll just take this to the bank, slide it to the teller, get my cash the way I want it, which makes my cash stuffing much easier. Okay, well, that is it. We are all set for the first week of July. I'm excited to stay on track. Make sure you follow me on social media, on TikTok and Instagram if you have, because I'm going to be doing like daily updates on how I, track my expenses through the week and stuff like that. Just trying to show you how you can use this book and how the process works as far as tracking your expenses and using the paycheck budget breakdown. So let me know down in the comments below if you've already budgeted for July, at least for your first paycheck, how things are looking for the first week. It's just the first couple of days within the month, so you can still go ahead and get on track if you haven't done it. The time of this recording is July the 1st. So even though I actually get paid today, I am like a day or two late because I should have done this like a day before or something like that. Nonetheless, always start where you are. Do not worry about being too late and just like dumping the whole month. Go ahead, still start, do your monthly budget if you haven't done so already. You guys know that I've been offering this free budget template. If you want to go ahead and download this, you can click the link down below. I provided this free template for you to use and jot your bills down for the month, so at least you have a budgeting system if you do not have a budgeting workbook. So if you haven't done so already, I would love for you to subscribe, and if you stay to the end, thank you so much. Give your girl a thumbs up and leave me a comment, and like always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.